think we might just go with no gloves. What's up, everybody? Good afternoon. Good morning. Merry Christmas. I don't know what time you're watching this. How are y'all doing today? Today, I wanted to bring up the bike that helped me start this channel and why I think Harley Davidson is killing it, and not in a good way.
Crap themselves to death.
This bike, the Harley Davidson Fat Boy, has been an iconic name since the 90s. They made it a thick, muscular looking bike and everything, but I think they're starting to slowly forget about it. And then we all know where these bikes got their big break from. Arnold Schwarzenegger rode one, and that's where they got all the hype from. Now change it to a modern day Fat Boy. My Fat Boy, for example. They have completely changed the look. They put the fatter tires on it, which people hate. They changed the headlight, which people hate.
Boo! You stink!
Me personally,
I like it.
I don't know, maybe it's just a my generation thing of we want different looking stuff or whatever. I don't mind it. I know plenty of people that hate it, and I know why. The fat tires don't really help a whole lot in turning. I get asked that all the time. How is it on the turns? It's terrible. They haven't really listened to really anybody. Ever since that big revamp, which the majority of people hated, that's just the facts of it. The majority of people just hated it. Ever since then, it's just kind of stayed the same. You know, they haven't really put much about how to make them better. And I think they're already great bikes. You know, they do their job. They're kind of where the breakout is, where they're weekend cruisers. But the Fat Boy, you can kind of ride it around everywhere. Same thing with the breakout. But they're that kind of in-between kind of bike, like a niche kind of bike. And they haven't really done anything to support that niche. In my opinion, I think that they're going to start phasing out the Fat Boy. Especially after this model year revamp. They didn't do anything.
I didn't do fucking shit.
They just gave it a terrible paint job. And at least they put a 117 in it. But even at that, the air filter does not go with the bike. Really nothing about the bike is different except for the badging. And even at that, I feel like they're just using the badging as a way to change how the bike looks.
Same, but different.
Because I believe that they're gonna start phasing it out.
I'm sorry.
You know, they're starting to do a lot of that with a lot of their bikes. You know, we've said goodbye to the Evo Sportster. We've said goodbye to a lot of cool bikes in Harley's lineup. And why is that? Well,
Money!
the older crowd that loved the Fat Boy and Terminator 2, which I did too, but let's face it, it's more of an older crowd. Harley changed the way the bikes looked. And they don't like that. And I can get behind that. Whereas my generation, they gave us these bikes for our time, which was American chopper kind of era.
Involved with days of that father coming in the market.
Which is why I like the bike. I like it for that reason. It has the fat rear tire. It's got all that other chopper-esque kind of stuff. But the only thing is, a lot of people my age cannot afford these bikes. You know, this bike was used with very low miles. Even at that, it was 15 grand. And my generation just doesn't have 15 grand to be thrown away. We got houses that are north of 300 grand that are supposed to be basic beginner homes. 15 grand for a motorcycle isn't feasible anymore. And I completely understand that. Harley made a bike for the newer generation that can't afford it. So it's not getting sold. Because I really don't see a lot of these out. And that's for a good reason, because they're a niche bike. Why would you buy something like this? Now, I did because I got a good deal on it, you know. When you can go buy a Lowrider S, get way more speed, way more handling. I don't know if it'd be cheaper, but I think they look cooler. I think you can make those into really cool bikes and shit. You can kind of do whatever you want. A Fat Boy, the go-to is chopped rear fender and 8 hangers and call it a day. You know, you start getting more crazy with it, you start dumping more money into it than it's worth, which is fine, but bikes just aren't selling no more because the demographic it was made for cannot afford them. Now, the Fat Boy isn't dead. Not yet, anyway. There's still a core group of riders that want to keep this bike going.
I didn't hear no bell.
And if Harley wants to keep this bike around, I suggest they start listening to him real quick. Otherwise, the Fat Boy is not far from going the way of the Sportster, of the old school Dyna. But you know, hopefully not. Hopefully we get a nice revamp of the Fat Boy. You know, in my opinion, Harley just needs to make a bike that everyone can afford. So I don't know, y'all tell me what y'all think. I mean, can they even bring back the Fat Boy, or is the love for the Fat Boy just gone? Did it die with the Terminator movies? Guys, y'all like coming here talking about bikes? Let me know in the comments below what y'all think, if the Fat Boy can be saved from this rut that it is in from Harley because they don't want to work on it no more. Let me know what y'all think should be done. And if y'all like talking about bikes, coming here and discussing them, hit that subscribe button because we're not done yet. This is all we do around here. Talk about bikes and stuff. I appreciate y'all coming on my afternoon commute to work, and we'll see y'all next time.